Welcome to Horror News Radio for January 16th, 2024. Join us for horror movie news of the week about Abigail, the Blob, and more shark movies coming up next. I'm your host, Doc Rotten, and this is H&R, the official Gruesome Magazine horror news podcast. Back with me again this week are the scariest, goriest, bloodiest co-host on the net, and that man is Dave Dreyer, the lead news writer at Gruesome Magazine. Dave, how you doing, sir?
Hello, Doc. Are you wearing your tutu since we're going to talk about a vampiric ballerina today?
No, I chose not to.
Doc,
it just
you got to get into
work.
the spirit of these things.
Just didn't work. Didn't work out that way. We have. It's been an interesting week as we get into the new year. The first thing, Dave, as you mentioned about ballerina vampires, one of the movies that made it on our top 10 most anticipated horror movies of 2024 was, as of then, an untitled Universal monster movie from Radio Silence, the team behind the past two Scream movies that were very well received, or at least Scream 6. Did they do 5 as well? I know they did 6.
Yeah, it was Scream 5 and 6. It was
right. And anywho, we didn't know the title. We didn't really know for sure. There was rumors about being Dracula's daughter and stuff like that, but we knew some of the cast and we knew the director. But lo and behold, this past week, Dave, we got the trailer and the reveal of the title and a reveal of the plot. It is called Abigail.
It is indeed.
Abigail. And it is, like you said, about a female vampire ballerina child. And there she is, attacking one of the unlucky cast members. And the cast members include Dave Stevens in the back there, Kathryn Newton, William Catlett, Kevin Durand, Angus Cloud, Giancarlo Esposito, not seen in this picture, and Alisha Weir as Abigail. That is her. And in this picture here, she's over Kevin Durand's shoulder. Interesting plot. The trailer is insanely exciting and wonderful and chaotic, and I would say, Dave, having seen the trailer, now that I know that it's about this young vampire that gets kidnapped and then goes after all the kidnappers, and seeing, this is immediately at the top of my must-see list for the year. What about yours, sir? What did you think of the trailer and all this news?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. It looks like it's kind of a return to form for Radio Silence. You know, they've dabbled in Wes Craven territory, working with already established characters. And I thought Ready or Not was a fantastic movie when it first came out. And this seems to kind of go back to that. It's got that, cat and mouse kind of playful thing to it that Ready or Not had. And you put these normal people in extreme circumstances type of thing, and then just throw blood at everything. So it looks good. I'm excited to see where this one goes, and I'm hoping it is more of a return to form for them, where we're actually seeing more of their own original stuff. Because I thought their Scream work was fine. I thought it was great, but it kind of lacked that originality that Ready or Not had, in my opinion.
But they certainly helped revive the series.
For sure, without a doubt, and they treated it with reverence and they definitely paid homage to Craven and to the franchise. But I think, again, this is kind of like watching these guys kind of go back to their bread and butter for me. I think it's gonna be great. I really do, because even just in the trailer, you gotta get that feeling, that tongue-in-cheek humor that was in Ready or Not. That it looks like it's going to be relevant in this as well.
Yep. And one name I left off of the list, and they aren't really promoting this actress given the drama on Scream 7, is Melissa Barrera. But she's featured at least prominently in the trailer, and she looks like she's going to do a fantastic job. I'm excited about her being in this.
Yeah, were we expecting this to come out so quickly? Because, like you said, it had been I mean, we knew the project was happening. Were we expecting it this early in the year, though?
Yes, it was dated already. We knew the date. We just didn't know the title. We just knew that it was a Universal picture, and it was directed by Radio Silence. We knew the cast and rumors of what the what it was all about.
Well, the Dracula's daughter thing wasn't too far off, I guess.
Yeah, we just don't know who Dracula is, or if there is a Dracula. But it's there's a lot of gore in the trailer, and I'm expecting it to be a great time. Come it was April, right?
Yeah, April. Yeah, the trailer kind of, because Giancarlo Esposito plays the guy who puts them in there and says, like, look, you just got to babysit this girl for one night, as though they're thinking that, but I don't know if they're being trapped just for food or what, because, you see all the windows and doors, everything lock up, and it's obvious they're trapped in there at that point. So there's some other sinister thing going on that we're not treated to in the trailer.
Right. So. All right. Well, up next in the news department is 2 more movies that I believe made our list. I think one of them made our, maybe not the top list, but it made our honorable mentions just because of it being less of a horror film and more of an action piece. But we'll get to that here in a second. This year, the past year has been kind of chaotic, and dates are being shifted around to avoid collisions with other films or just get the movie out faster. So some of the musical chairs that we get with Kingdoms and Empires, I put in the news. You like that?
Yeah, I see that.
Up first is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire moves to March 22nd, 2024. And that's up, at least a week. And it's
up 1
awesome.
week.
That is awesome. I'm very happy about that.
Going to get to see it 7 days earlier than we thought we were going to.
Yeah. Now just keep doing that every week, and then eventually we'll see it really quick. No, but and then of course the next one was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes moves 2 weeks up ahead to May 10th, 2024. Moving away from Furiosa. That somebody had to give. Those were 2 films that had too much similarity in the audience that they're after to be, put in that particular time slot. Or that particular date. So seeing one of them move was expected, and it makes sense that Kingdom will be the one that moves. And hey, we all win. Now we get to see it 2 weeks earlier.
Win. Yeah, it's been a while since we've had one of these Planet of the Apes movies, right? What was the last one? The last one was what?
Was it War of the Planet? Now you had to say that. I'm not prepared for that one.
I'm just trying to figure out how long it's been between films.
2017, War of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, we've been quite the haul here. That's what, 6 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think Planet of the Apes will always have a pretty solid fan base. So.
Matt Reeves, of course, directed that one and the one before it. And then I'm trying to remember who directed the previous one. Do you recall?
Didn't Marky Mark star in one of the ones?
Marky Mark.
Did he? Was it Mark Wahlberg in one? Mark Wahlberg was in the first one, I think, right?
I believe so. Marky Mark.
Marky Mark.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes was Rupert Wyatt. It wasn't Marky Mark, it was James Franco, but that's all right.
Okay.
So you can go with Marky Mark.
So I'm wrong. Wasn't Marky Mark? I could have sworn Mark Wahlberg was in one of these more recent Ape movies.
I'll double check. No, not that I can see. Not that I can see. Not can I see.
Maybe
I think you might be thinking. Yes, maybe you're thinking Transformers, but that, who knows? Who knows what you're thinking? Maybe he is, and I'm just overlooking it. But this takes place decades after, I think 300 years even after War of the Planet of the Apes, and things have changed, and now we get something a little bit more familiar with the apes chasing the humans across the country side, and looks
damn dirty
really
apes.
yes, it looks very interesting. I'm always up for a new Planet of the Apes movie, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes sounds like a great title.
I do like the title, and what they've done with motion capture and stuff now, as far as how they make the apes look, as opposed to. I mean, everyone's always got to be a fan of the old school makeups, right?
Mhm.
But this new stuff with the motion capture is just amazing. It really is.
It really is. Yes, it truly is, and I can't wait to see it. May 10th.
May 10th. It's coming.
Warner Brothers is resurrecting one of their monster movies from the late 50s and I guess the late 80s as well. They have hired writer-director David Bruckner, who did the Hellraiser remake last year. They come out, and Night House the year before that, or a year or so before that. And he is tackling The Blob. I'm sure you remember the 1958 classic with Steve McQueen. Oh my gosh, Steve McQueen film.
I still watch it every now and again.
It is absolutely a wonderful film and should be watched over and over again. And of course, the 1988 from Chuck Russell film with Kevin Dillon and Shawnee Smith. That's also a delight in a totally different way. And of course, I forgot all about, and I don't know why, but there's also another one, and that is Beware the Blob. But I don't have a picture of that.
Of course, known because of Larry Hagman's involvement.
Yeah, not that he would ever really want that to be known, but yes, we did review it on on the 70s, decades over the 70s. So it's got its charm. It's not good, but it's got its charm. And that was 1972. Oh my God. But there's David Bruckner, who I think is a very, very talented director. And I'm very excited to see him tackle The Blob. I think it's a fun story.
I think this is going to come down more to who's doing the effects, because the Kevin Dillon, The Blob, hands down, the effects were what made that movie. It's not that it was, of course, Chuck Russell directed that, and it's not that it's wonderfully directed or that it's immaculately acted, but the effects were the star of the show. The dude getting sucked down into the drain. Come on.
And,
I mean, there's nothing like it. And the imploding phone booth. I mean, there was just some great stuff in that. So I think that's what this is going to come down to. I find Bruckner to be a little hot and cold for me. The stuff that of his I've liked, I really like, and the stuff of his that I hate, I despise.
Oh no! No!
So it's he's kind of hot and cold. So I don't know. I don't know if maybe because he's writing and directing this, so I don't know if he just pitched some type of amazing new take on The Blob, or if we're just going to see a straight remake, kind of like how Chuck Russell's was.
It could be. I feel like it's a work for hire. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we'll have to see. I don't know. I am certainly curious, and this isn't the worst news I've heard this week. So, yeah, I'm cautious.
Well, like Radio Silence, he was involved in VHS and also Southbound, 2 anthology films.
Right.
But he also directed The Ritual, which is a great movie.
Love that, and the Night House. I enjoyed the Night House too. Yeah.
You just weren't a fan of Hellraiser, huh?
It was okay. It was all right. I don't. Did he write that, or did he just direct it? Do we know? We probably don't know, do we?
I can look it up. He did. He did not write it. David Goyer wrote that along with Ben Collins and Luke Piotrowski. But David
Goyer is producing this one.
Yes. So, that's where I was heading with that. So.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I thought he did a nice job visually with Hellraiser. I had some of the story elements kind of took me out of the thing, but that actually makes me feel better knowing he didn't write it. So giving me a little bit more hope. Hey, by the way, not to change the subject, but I want to change the subject. Marky Mark was in Planet of the Apes 2001 as Captain.
Yes, he was in the Tim Burton version.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So I knew I wasn't
That
thinking
that one doesn't count.
it. Gotcha.
Not in the ones we're talking about, at least the reimagining. That was kind of this blip in between the old ones and the new ones. But well, yes, you're right. Marky Mark was in that. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Thank you for clearing that up.
It just makes me feel better that I wasn't having some type of stroke. So
Well, you might still be. But all right. Last week we talked about Richard Dreyfuss returning to shark movies.
Yes, we did.
We love shark movies here on the podcast at Gruesome Magazine, and well, we're both big fans of Jaws, and well, Jaws has forever made it a tradition to have shark movies each and every year. There are so many shark movies. There are 2 more that have come up on the calendars this past week. One of them we already knew about, but it got reaffirmed, I guess you would say, and that one was No Way Up, which looks really interesting. It's an airplane crashes into sea, and they get trapped in an air bubble, if you will, or
it's sharks on a plane.
And sharks on a plane underwater. It looks fun. The trailer is. I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's going to be good, but I think I'm going to like it.
Well, same way here. I'm a huge fan of disaster movies, so they have me with the whole plane crash thing, and then the inclusion of the sharks. I mean, come on,
it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Win-win. Absolutely win-win. This is kind of maybe I'm choosing my words carefully. I just read a book called Drowned, and this is a lot.
A lot like it?
I mean,
no.
A lot like Drowned. So I actually checked the poster to see if it was based on the Drowned, but I think they're actually making a separate movie off of that. But this, very, very similar.
Well, another movie that we learned about is from Xavier Gens, who is a very well-respected French director, and
he did what I know his name. What the hell did he do? Frontiers. Did he do Frontiers?
He did Frontiers. Yes.
All right. Yes, I remember him.
What else did he do? Let's you know what? We have the internet here. Let's find out.
I just remember Frontiers.
Frontiers is definitely one that we are. He did. Is there any other horror? There's plenty of other horror films he did. This is always fun. Oh no! He did an episode of a segment of ABC's of Death. He did the Hitman movie Frontiers. He did. But I think Frontiers is the horror film. Cold Skin. It's another one.
I remember that one. The Hitman, I think I remember. I think I remember the Hitman. That's the one where the little girl befriends the Hitman. I think that's the one.
Yep. He had a movie come out this past year called Mayhem.
Man.
But this one, however, is called. I think the translation is Below Paris, Sous les Cieux. And it just I don't know what to think about this. It's just bizarre. It's like a triathlon.
It appears to be like sharks in a river.
Right? Sharks in a river, yes, deep in a river. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and it's made for Netflix, so we'll all get to see it.
Nice.
It just I don't know what to think. It just really blows my mind about this sharks in a river below Paris and the sharks. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I would say of the two, this one is going to be far more tense.
Probably.
Given the director,
I would have to agree. But I'm still going with the plane crash. I don't know, sharks in a river. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do that, but it's something to do. I'm reading the thing here. They're hosting some type of triathlon, and that's when the shark is in the river, and so are the triathletes, I'm assuming, and shark goodness unfolds.
Shark goodness unfolds.
The
other film, No Way Up, just to give him equal time, is directed by Claudio Fa, F-A-H, Faye, maybe. I apologize for mispronouncing that. But he did like a movie called Sniper, Ultimate Kill, Beyond Valkyrie, Dawn of the Fourth Reich, Northman, a Viking saga, The Guardians from 2009. He did Ghost Whisperer, The Other Side TV series, Hollow Man 2. Oh my. The direct-to-video sequel of Hollow Man. Do you remember that?
I remember the Kevin Bacon original one.
I
do not remember
do.
Hollow Man 2, though. I'm afraid I must have missed that one.
I have a feeling it's probably just stealing the. Oh no, it has Christian Slater. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I stand by my thing that this is going to be cheesy fun. The other one's going to be more tense fun.
I agree.
I will probably eat up both of them.
I was going to say we will watch them both and likely enjoy them both, but for completely different reasons.
Oh man! But of all the news tonight, Abigail is the winner. I can't wait for it.
For sure.
We've been trying to, dig some details about this all year long. When it popped out of nowhere, it made my horror heart sing. I was very happy. I was elated that day.
Even so much more the fact that it was actually a really great trailer, which makes it even better yet.
Yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely. All right, Dave, that's our news for tonight. We hope you enjoyed it as well. And if you do, please hit the like, subscribe, and share with a friend buttons. Every click will help us find more horror friends just like you. And leave some comments. Leave comments down below. What did you think of the Abigail trailer? What do you think of the shark movies? Are you going to go see Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Are you wanting to see another remake of The Blob, directed by and written by David Bruckner?
Did you remember Marky Mark was in a Planet of the Apes movie? Did you?
I did. Marky Mark. All right, Dave. Thanks for joining me. Let's say good night and get out of here.
Good night, everybody. Nice. 20 minutes. I like it.